Reaction coming in tonight after the U.S. Defense Secretary said there would be no plea deal for the accused 9/11 mastermind and two others. This move reversed a decision earlier this week that would have allowed the men to avoid trial and the death penalty. Pixelman's Eileen LaPalmer joins us now live with the very latest. Good evening, Eileen.
Well, good evening, Kaidi. Yeah, some very emotional days here for 9/11 survivors and the families of the victims. Some members of the 9/11 community were calling those plea deals a deal with the devil, and they are now grateful it's off the table for these three suspects.
I would like them to have the death penalty.
Valerie Velasquez Stetz, a retired Jersey City police officer, was among the 9/11 first responders angered when the plea deals with the 9/11 plotters were first announced. It eliminated the death penalty for the defendants and avoided a trial.
People were crying, like, what do we do? I'm like, there's nothing we could do. And then, you know, we were all grateful now.
Grateful because U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin stepped in late Friday night and reversed the plea agreement with Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and his accomplices. Austin saying the authority to do so rests with him and not a military prosecutor. A plea deal had been talked about for years over concerns of the admissibility of evidence obtained while the suspects were in CIA custody.
We've had 10 years of pretrial motions about the torture or purported torture of Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and other suspects.
Dan Casino, a professor of government and law at Fairleigh Dickinson University, says these cases now return to legal limbo.
No one knows how this process is supposed to work because this is an entirely unprecedented process. Right? We don't have any good, in a lot of the rules we take for granted in American courts don't apply.
Michael Barish, an attorney for the 9/11 community, says having a trial is important for a number of reasons.
Justice is not just for the defendants, but it's also for the victims. We deserve answers, and I speak on behalf of nearly 40,000 people who I represent, who want to know who funded these terrorists.
The defense secretary did not explain why he had not intervened before the plea deals were signed and publicly released. The White House had said that the president and the vice president were not consulted about those plea deals. Kaidi?
So what happens now, Eileen? Is it just back to the pretrial motions?
Well, yes, essentially, but also one more layer to this legal wrangling because the American Civil Liberties Union has said it plans to challenge the reversal in court, saying in a statement that it was a rash act that violates the law.